we were discussing savings, and I told parents that it was necessary for them to go back and have a discussion with their children on what they learned on the 27th. So, as we're talking about the savings, he asked me a very interesting question. He said, "You keep saying savings, savings, savings. Where will I even get the money from that I'll be saving?" And it's because of that I felt before we start talking about savings in details, before we start talking about budgeting in details, before we start talking about so many other things we have to talk about, we need to first teach them as children that they can earn, they can make money in very simple little ways. So today we're going to be talking about financial literacy, and money making, simple ways kids can make money. Can we all see my screen? Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, ma.
Um, so the objective of today's learning is that by the end of this session, you'll be able to understand the concept of earning versus receiving
No,
money.
you are not sharing your screen. No. We can see you, but we can't see your screen.
Okay, let me stop and reshare. Someone said yes, that's why I. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Uh, so we're talking about. I said, sorry, I keep on pinning it. I don't know what. Stress me to do. All right. So I said by the end of the session that every child here should be able to understand the concept of earning versus receiving money. You should be able to learn how to save and make age appropriate money, age appropriate ways that you can earn money. You should be able to discover how to turn your skills into hobbies and your time into income. You should also be able to build confidence and a sense of responsibility around. So these are the things that I expect that every child here should be able to learn. And I want to crave the indulgence of the parents again that after each session, if this is going to stick with the children, you have to discuss with them what they have learned. That's the only way it's going to stick. So let's go right into it. So I will go over, I will not waste time with learning objectives. I won't waste time with learning objectives. Let's just go straight. So introduction. Can we still see my slide? All right. Why should you earn as a child? Why should you earn as a child? You know, a lot of children think that earning is just for adults. But if you don't learn how to start earning as a child, when you grow up, you find out you'll be struggling more than people who started earning as a child. Now, let's paint this scenario. Imagine you want a new bicycle or a new book or a gift for your siblings. How would you feel if you could earn it by yourself? Someone should unmute and tell me if you could buy something by yourself, for yourself, with your own money, how would you feel?
Ma, repeat the question.
If you wanted to buy, say, a book or a gift, a bicycle, something, anything at all. Maybe for your friend's birthday or for your mommy's birthday, and you have to buy it with your own money that you have saved, how would you feel? Would you be happy? Would you be proud of yourself? How will you feel that I earned this money by myself and I use the money I earned to buy something for my friend or for my mom? How would you feel?
I'll be happy.
I will be proud.
You'll be happy. But what did you say?
I'll be proud of myself.
Yes. See, when you start making your own money, even as a child, you'll be proud of yourself. You will be happy because you have done something. So now, let's define earning, okay? Earning money means getting paid, right? Getting paid in exchange for doing work or providing a service. Remember on the 27th, when we talked about earning, we said earning was, we said money was an exchange for value, right? How many of you remember that? Money is any um, um, value you give. And if you give small value, you make small money. If you give small problem, you make, if you solve small problem, sorry, you will make small money. If you solve national problem, you will make national money. If you solve global problem, you will solve global money. So money, earning money means getting paid in exchange for doing work or providing a service, or getting paid in exchange for solving a problem, like we defined it on 27th of May, which was on the Children's Day. So it's when you do something helpful, something useful, something creative, and someone gives you money to say, oh, thank you for helping me do this. That is what it means to earn money. And it could require your skill, it could require your time, or it could require your effort. Do we understand it? Are we together? All right. So, what are the benefits of earning money? Earning money helps you learn responsibility. When you begin to earn your own money, you become very responsible. When you begin to earn your own money, you become very responsible. Okay? Secondly, earning money helps you to learn how to save. It helps you to learn how to spend wisely. Because if you know the effort, the time, and the skill you put in to make that money, would you spend it anyhow? Would you spend it anyhow? I can't hear you. I need you to
No,
respond.
no.
Good. So if you put in your time, you put in efforts to make money, you won't spend it anyhow. And it's also fun and rewarding. Okay? It's also fun. It's also rewarding when you can earn your own money. Now we need to understand that there are ways that you can get money. And these different ways that you can get money does not necessarily mean that you earned money. There's a difference between earning and there's a difference between getting money. Number one, when you help your parents wash their car and they give you 500, you earned that money. Why? Why did you earn it? Who can tell me?
Because it was work.
Okay, because it was work. So is it only Budge that is here? Cherish, I'm not feeling you today. Hmm? You were the most active on 27th. Why are you quiet today? All right, because it was work. Now, if you draw a
Oh,
beautiful picture and someone buys it for 100 naira, is that earning or not?
It is.
So why is it earning?
Because you used your skill to do it.
because you used your skill to do it. Beautiful. So now you understand what earning is. It's when you apply your skill, your time, or your effort to get something done. But if you if someone gives you money on your birthday, is that earning?
No.
Good. When someone gives you money on your birthday, that is not earning. That is a gift. So a gift is not earned. A gift is given freely. It's a free will um, gift to you. You didn't work for it. You didn't beg for it. You didn't ask for it. The person just decided to give you a gift because it's your birthday. If you find money on the floor, is that earning?
You're not supposed to pick money from the floor. But no, it's not any.
Exactly. You're not supposed to put money on the floor, so it's not earning. But even if that happens, it could be luck because some people have picked money on the floor before, right? But you're not even supposed to do that. But that is luck. That is not earning. So I just want to let us know that there are different ways that people get money, but it's not always the same as earning, but those are also other ways that you get money. All right, so the next is the different concepts when you talk about making money, the different concepts when you talk about earning, right? So in making money, the number one thing is earning, like we have explained. You work for it. You either apply your skills, your time, or your effort to get the money. The second is gifting, like we saw in the examples we had in the previous slide. You are given by others. It can be your pocket money, your parents give you pocket money. It can be on your birthday, someone gives you money. It can be that you had visitors who came to your house and they decided to gift you some money. It could also be that you know, it could also be that you went out, like when I was much younger, when it's Christmas period and we go to our uncles and our aunties' houses, they give us money. So that's a way you also get money, but that's not earning. The next concept when you talk about making money is savings. It means putting some of the money aside. The next is spending, which is that money you have either earned or the money you were gifted. You use it wisely, right? You use it wisely. And then we have investing, using your money to make more money. So when you invest your money and it yields what we call return on investment, you have earned money through investment by using your money to work for more money. So it is said that you spend your money on errand to work for you while you sleep, right? So investing is another way that you can earn money. Do we understand it? Rachel, you left the
Yes.
call. Welcome
Yes,
back.
ma.
All right. So let's move on to the next slide. Now, there are simple and safe ways that children can earn money. Very simple and safe ways. I remember that I said that this is going to be very age appropriate with the supervision of your parents. What your parents are not comfortable with, you cannot do. You will only do what they are comfortable with for the age that you're in. All right. So I want to know the different age that we have here. Cherish, how old are you?
I'm 11, turning 12.
11 turning 12. Budge, how old are you?
13 turning 14.
Okay. Rachel, how old are you? Are you here? I
I'm
thought
8,
you
turning
joined.
9.
Beautiful. So you see that we are different age groups, right? We have different age categories here, and we are going to look at what each of these category can do. Cherish, Annabelle is not here today.
She's sleeping, ma.
All right. Okay, so for age 8 to 12, one of the ways you can make money is helping at home. Extra chores for little, little amount of money. For example, you can tell your daddy that you want to be the one to help him polish his shoe every morning before he goes to work. You can, if your dad or your mom is the type that comes back and they remove their clothing in the sitting room, some men will just come back from work, they remove their jacket, they hang it in the dining chair, they remove their shoes, and they do that. It means that the sitting room is going to be scattered. Now, to even help teach your parents that they are not supposed to remove their clothing in the sitting room, when you take it away, charge them for it so that next time they'll go into the room to do it. Okay? So those are little, little ways that you can help at home, keep your house clean, and make little money from the home, right? And it will now mean that you will now be responsible in the house. Another way you can, as between 8 to 12 years old, is selling craft. When my son was in primary school, their school always does what they call bake sales, where they allow children to come and sell different things. Now, you can participate in such things once in a month, once in a quarter. Look for where they have trade fairs. Don't say because you're a child you will not go. It will amaze you that because you're a child, it is your own that will sell off the most. When I went to Lagos just in April for a conference, I attended Anglican church. I'm not an Anglican, but I attended Anglican church with my boss. And I can't remember what they did, but it was for children. And these children did a whole lot of things. They did Ankara, they did beads, they did Ankara bags, different crafts like that, and they were selling it to parents. I came back, I bought four of those beads. I bought four of those beads. Boss bought the Ankara bag. Even this, what they call it, bonnet. You can do it with Ankara. They did tie and dye by themselves. Some with tie and dye material, some with the Ankara bonnets. All these little little crafts that you can do. Remember that during the lockdown, a lot of people were sewing nose mask with Ankara. So little things like that. Even till date, some people still use nose mask. So if you know you are gifted in maybe knitting, some parents have taught their children how to knit. Do something small. Do small bracelet. Do small little little things, little crafts that you have learned from school. Do it and sell, and people will buy it. Take it to your church, go and meet some aunties and uncles, say, auntie, I made this bracelet by myself, would you buy it from me? Sell it as little as 500, and you will see that you'll be making money selling these little things. Another way is to take care of pets. If you're a lover of pets and you see that your neighbor probably has maybe a dog, a cat, or something, you can, and your neighbor goes to work and all these things, you can say, uncle, I can help you and be feeding your pets when you're not around. Just pay me 200 for it. You see, when you keep doing this thing, if he pays you 200 the first day, he does that the second day, the third day, fourth day, fifth day. At the end of 5 days, how much have you gotten? How much would you have gotten if you collect 200
1K.
times 5? That's
1K.
1,000. All right. So you can do that too. You can help keep the neighbor's pets busy when the neighbor is not around. You can make lemonade or snacks. When I talked about the bake sales, what my son made was lemonade and toast bread. Was it toast? No, sandwich, not toast bread. And
Ma, I can't hear you.
Sorry, my internet threw me off. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Please.
ma.
All right. So I was saying that he sold out everything that he went with to that big sales. The next thing you can do is book swap or toy rental with neighbors. So you can do book swap or toy rental with neighbors. When you have finished reading that book, right? Instead of just dumping, some children have a lot of storybooks in their houses. Instead of just dumping and dumping your storybooks at home, take it, go and swap it. Or a child that says, I want to read this book, tell them, I'll rent it to you for 100 naira. Start thinking how to be an entrepreneur. And then someone might be like, oh, are you teaching children to no longer be generous? Well, in the real world, nobody gives you anything free of charge. Ask your mommies, ask your daddies. You have to work for it. In the developed world, that is how it is. It's in Nigeria that we have not yet gotten that entrepreneurship mindset. And that's why most times when you ask your uncle or auntie for school fees, or they begin to throw tantrums. People feel entitled. People feel entitled because Africa introduced a culture where you can earn without working, right? But we need to change that narrative because with the way that the world is going, anybody who does not know how to earn would really suffer a lot of financial setback. And we don't want that to happen to you. So learn to use these things. Like that day we said, you use what you have and get something that you want. So even if you don't want to attach a price to say, okay, I'll borrow you my book for 100 naira, you can say, okay, I'm going to give you my book in exchange for this. Remember, we're talking about how to make earn money for the purpose of taking care of things that are important to you, right? And we taught us about trade by barter. So if I need something and I really do not want to outrightly attach funds to it, I can use my toy, I can use my book to swap for another book, right? So within the age bracket of 8 to 12, these are simple things you can do to earn money. All right, so let's go to the next slide. Let's look at age um, 12 to 15. From 12 to 15, you can tutor younger kids. Okay, you can't see my slide. Someone says they can't see my slide. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. You can tutor younger kids. Let me reshare my slide. All right, can you see it now? So
Yes, ma.
if you are in primary school, you could look for kids who are in nursery school and tutor them, help them with their ABCs, help them with their 1, 2, 3, help them with their capital letter and small letter. Are you seeing? Even as a 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, meet your neighbors that have toddlers and say, Auntie, I can be teaching your baby on how to write ABC. I can be helping him with his assignment. Just pay me 500 for every time that I come. Because most parents are busy. Most parents will not have the time to do that. And if you are able to control that child and teach that child, and they see that the child is learning from you, they will be willing to pay you. So you can actually start it first by doing it free and say, Auntie, does your baby have any assignment? I can help with your child's assignment. You do it free for the first week. The child goes to school, submits his assignment, gets a very good mark, comes back. When the mother has gained your trust, you can now say, Auntie, I do this for just 500 any day that I come. We can do it twice a week. Are you seeing? And you make money by tutoring toddlers, people in younger classes than you are, lower classes than you are, sorry. Like if you're in, say, primary 6, you can tutor from primary 1 to primary 3. If you're from primary 1 to primary 3, you can tutor nursery, right? Don't ever think that you are too small to take responsibility and earn money for yourself. Now, you can do digital art or design. A lot of you here know how to use computer more than your parents. True or false? Am I saying the truth?
True.
How many of you
Yes,
here know how to use computer?
True.
I can.
True.
So you see, we all know how to use computer more than your parents. I said I told someone that sometimes my son prepares slides for me. All I need to do is to write it out in a book and tell him how I want it arranged in a slide, and he will do it. And one of these days I'll tell him to prepare the slide so that you will see the one he did. So you can do that. There are times that he has helped me with data entry in my office where I had a backlog of accounting data to enter. And I just showed him how to read, it was a sales receipt. I told him how to showed him how to read the opening balance, closing balance, did this is where you enter this one, and he was doing it for me. So while he's handling, let's say he's handling January, I'll be handling February, and we're working together. So if he knew what I am teaching you now, he
Excuse
would
me,
have charged me for it. I think he
excuse
charged me
me, ma.
actually because I did not pay. Okay, yes.
Does he used to follow you to your office?
No, I bring the work home. And sometimes, yes, he follows me to my office. Because after school, I pick him, I take him to office. When I pick him up from school, he goes to the office with me, he stays with me till I close. So I think that job, how much was I supposed to pay you, Budge?
5,000.
So I was supposed to pay you 5,000 for that job, but I did not pay. I'm sorry, I didn't pay it now because we talked about it, okay? I'll
Okay.
pay you the money. Good. So you can help your parents do that. Please mute your mic. You can help your parents do their designs, their graphic designs on Canva, like your parents that maybe have one business, they have a shop or something. You can design a flyer for them and say, put this in your status, use it to advertise your business, and tell them to pay you for it because it is your what? It is your what? Your skill. It is your skill. And remember, we said earning is when you give value using your time, your efforts, or your skill. So it is your skill. If it is so simple, let them go and do it by themselves. Because if they do it outside, they will pay the people that they did it outside to, right? So the next is you can help wash cars, wash bikes or windows. Now, I'm not saying be irresponsible and don't help your parents at all, but you can do it for your parents free. And then if you have neighbors, tell your neighbors, I can be helping wash your cars for 500. Every time I wash, pay 500, okay? But your parents, you have to offer some level of service to them for free. But you can do these things to your neighbors, right? Then you can help with errands for trusted adults. What did I say? Unmute your mic and repeat it. I want you to emphasize this line. You can
Trusted adults.
good. Trusted
Emphasize trusted
adults.
adults.
Good, very good. Now we can make our mind. Thank you. Now you can also create a YouTube or Instagram page with parent supervision. What did I say? With parents supervision, where you will use to share your art, your craft, your music, or your storytelling. Now I have a friend. Her daughter is she's already a superstar, an international superstar. And what she does is all this I can't remember if it is table tennis. She has created a YouTube page where she post all her work. I will send her link to the group so that you can see what a girl of your age is doing. And now she's making money. She travels internationally to represent Nigeria sometimes in some of these sports because she started early. Okay, her parents taught her to start early. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and she said her son loves cooking. Now, such a boy, she can help him get an Instagram page or a YouTube page, and then he videos himself cooking and says, "Oh, I made this, I made this." You teach your mates, children like you, how to make, little things that they do not already know how to do. Maybe how to make pizza, how to make toast, different kind of toast bread, how to make scotch egg, things like that. You put it on YouTube. Before you know it, you get followers and YouTube starts to pay you. People might even make orders from you. Okay, so you can create YouTube or Instagram page with your parents' supervision, and you can even start storytelling. You can tell story. What is your skill? What are you skilled in? You mustn't start all these things I'm mentioning, right? You think about what am I skilled in and start doing it for a fee. My son has a YouTube page because he's a gamer. So when he's gaming, he records his game and he puts it on YouTube. And what does he do in the game? He just makes it look like commentator. He's commenting. You know how they play football and somebody is just running the commentation? That is what he does. So look for what you are good at and sell yourself. Now, for age 15 to 17, get a holiday job. Get a holiday job. Yesterday, I took my son to go barb his hair, and I've already started asking the barber how much will it cost me for him to teach my son how to barb hair. And do you know why I'm doing it? Because when he gets into the university, I want him to have a skill that can be bringing money for him. He might not use it now that he's in secondary school, but imagine that he starts learning to barb now that he's in secondary school. By the time he gets into the university, he'll become an expert. He'll be barbing his classmates, he'll be barbing his schoolmates from his hostel, and he will make money with it. So, get a holiday job or go for training, do apprentice for someone, be an assistant to somebody. If it's data entry, do something. And while you are doing that, you are improving your skill, and at the same time you are getting paid. Okay, you can also do rentals, your storybook, rent out your books, rent out your gaming CDs for the boys, rent it out. Don't always give it out for free, because most times even when you give it out for free, they end up losing it or tearing it. But if they know that they paid for this, they will take care of it. You can also babysit for parents. That's your neighbor that is a new couple that just had a toddler at home. Because you are now 15 to 17, you're grown. Learn babysit for them. Okay, ma, do you want to go to the market? I can sit with your child. When you sit with the child for the first day, second day, next time when they say, ma, I usually do it at a fee. You see, the strategy for them to trust you to be able to do that is that you will first offer it as a free service. You first offer it as a free service for the first 2, 3, 4 days, maybe 1 week. And then after that 1 week, when they have won your trust, okay, you can now say, ma, I do it at a fee. Oh. I've been doing it for social and social person, and this is how much they pay me per week, per hour, per month, whichever way you want to structure it, right? And then get skills to deploy in school. Like I already said it, making hair or barbing hair for the ladies. Who says ladies can't learn how to barb hair? We have men that do makeup. We have men that make hair. So you can learn. You might not be interested in making and barbing hair. What you might be interested in doing is dreadlocks. A lot of people now are going on dreads. So you might be interested, okay, I want to specialize in dreadlocks. Learn how to do something. You see this thing called hair? It is one thing that everybody will always keep doing, whether they have money or not. Even poor people barb their hair, right? Poor people make their hair. So these are areas that you can think of, areas that you know that are necessities, that whether they are wealthy or not, they must patronize you. So learn it. Fixing nails might not be a necessity, might be luxury, but a lot of ladies want to look good. So learn it. Learn manicure, learn pedicure, learn tutorial. I already said help with assignments, typing projects and assignments. Why am I saying projects and assignments? Because now it's assumed that when you are between the age of 15, 16, 17, you are in the university. And in the university, one of the things that used to happen then is we had students who had laptop. Not everybody has laptop had laptop then when we were in school, just like now that almost all the children have laptops. But even at that, some people have laptop, but they don't like typing. So you can take it upon yourself to be the one typing people's assignments, and they pay you for typing for them. You can take it upon yourself to help your classmates copy their notes, and they pay you for copying their notes. So as much as possible, render services to people with what you know they're struggling with. If you have a friend, what is this friend struggling with? You could also help your classmates. Maybe you are very good with mathematics and your friends don't know maths. You now teach them the maths. They pay you. Have tutorials with your colleagues. I used to have a classmate in secondary school, Adekunle. He was a very good math student. For that maths, physics was very good. So he will always gather us and teach us. When we have assignments, we always go to him. So when you see that people keep coming to you, what do? You translate that thing into money. Because even the Bible says that a man's gift will make room for him. And it is your gift that will bring you money. It is your gift and your skill that will bring you money, not what you're struggling with. Always look into yourself and say, what am I very good at? Even at this age where you are, what are you very good at? Think about that thing. And that is what you can use to get money. Okay? Now, the last is sell something from the comfort of your home or from your hostel. I was discussing with a mother yesterday, and she said, first of all, she got married at 22. And she said when she was in school, she was never broke. She said she went to Abuja University, that she was selling pure water. She had to buy a fridge and put in her room. I was selling pure water. And that she went to make a deal with a pure water company. So they were supplying her at a cheaper rate and directly. So it was cheaper than if she had bought from another vendor that's not the company. And so when people outside are selling 10 naira, she was selling 5 naira. And because of that, she had a very huge patronage. Her patronage was very large. And so she had a lot of money in school. Now, let me tell you why it's important for you to start making money now that you're in school. Because when you are in school, people, it's always the richest time of an individual's life, except when you now come out, start working, and then you make money. But you see, at that period where you're in school, your mother will give you money, your father will give you money. You can call your uncles and your aunties and they will send you money, right? You can also do business. You can also call your mom and say, I want to start selling something, and they will give you the money, right? But once you come out from the university, once it's time for NYSC, the number of people that will start giving money starts reducing. Why? Because you have entered the labor market. So the best time for you to start building your financial future is now. Okay, the best time is now. So I say sell something. You can also sell Indomie for those of us that will be in the hostel. Sometimes people back from lectures, they are hungry. The fastest thing they can eat is Indomie. Sell it to them. Sell water, sell basic school materials like exercise book, pencils, biro, calculator, math set. Know what students use in your school and sell them. Sometimes it can even be the handout. In our days, they used to photocopy handouts. So you can do a photocopy quite a number of the handouts and sell it to your classmates. Okay, so these are some of the ways that you can make money, as simple as anything. This is within your age range. You can make money simply. And for those of you in the university, okay, don't ever waste your holiday. When you come back home, it's not a time for you to go and sleep. It's a time for you to get a job. It's time for you to get a skill. It's a time for you to keep developing yourself. Now, let's move on to the first activity of today. From everything that I've said, remember that I said look within your area of strength. Don't just take what I said. Take what you know that you are very good at. Take what you know that you are very gifted at. Take what you know that you are skilled at. Take what you know that you can do easily. So, one by one, I want us to unmute and answer this question. If you could earn money doing something you enjoy, what would it be? I hope you have your writing materials with you. Do we all have our writing materials?
Yes.
Okay, so what would it be if you could make money now? But let's hear you.
Okay, so I will do digital arts. I'll help parents with work, and then I'll help wash cars, bikes, and windows.
Beautiful. So he said he will do digital art. He will help parents wash cars, bikes, and windows. Write it in your book, right? Cherish, what would you do if you could earn money right now? Cherish, are you here? Rachel, what would you do if you could earn money right now? What would you do to earn money? And it has to be something that you will enjoy doing. What will it be? Rachel and Cherish, I'm waiting for you. Oh, Rachel's network is fluctuating. Cherish, do you want to answer? Cherish? Okay, I'll give you that as an assignment. You need to sit down and think about if you could earn money doing something you enjoy, what would it be? Right? If you could earn money doing something you enjoy, what would it be? You're going to write it down and you're going to share it with your parents so that you both can talk about it. Now, yes, Budge. Budge, you want to say something?
Yes,
Okay.
I could also teach people how to play games.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. He said he could also teach people how to play games. And you know that you have been setting up people's games for them, isn't it? You
Yes.
could also teach people how to set up their game, or you could also just set up the game for them and they pay you for setting it. You set up and you teach them. Beautiful. That's a beautiful one. So write it down in your book. Now, let's move on. So, the key tips to earning safely, things that you must do, things that you must do if you're going to earn safely. Number one, always get permission from parents. It is very, very important. Always get permission from your parents. You can't go out to do anything without first discussing it with your parents. Parents or parents, whichever one. Maybe it's your mother that will help you take that decision and talk to your father to allow you. Make sure that you have the consent of your parents. Discuss it with them. Allow them to guide you on how to go about it. Okay. Number two, never share personal information online. Don't put your personal information online, your phone number, your date of birth, your, I've had cases in the past where my son put my dollar ATM card in his gaming whatever and they were just removing my money. So never share personal information online. Never share personal information online. Number three, always ask for help. with strangers or customers. If you have strangers or customers that are strangers, make sure you involve your parents. Involve your parents, ask for their help to deal with strangers and customers. Involve your parents or your guardians or anyone that is senior in your family when dealing with strangers or customers. Now, money earned should be partly saved, partly used, and partly shared. What did I say? Money earned should be what? I can't hear you.
Partly saved, partly used, and partly shared.
Good. Money earned should be partly saved, partly used, and partly shared. All right. Now, now let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. Jojo, you joined really, really late. You joined really late. You have missed a lot, so you have to tell your mommy to replay the video for you, okay? Now, saving what you earn. Saving what you earn. On Children's Day, we talked about the jar system and we said there are three jar systems. How many of you have produced your own jar system? If you have, say I have. How many of you have designed your own jar system? So you see, if you don't practice what we teach, you will just be gathering so much information and not really making any difference. So you are going to, that's the second assignment that I'm going to give immediately after this session. I'll drop it in the WhatsApp group. Everybody must do it. If you do not do it, you will not join us next week. Is that understood? Good. Now, there are three jar systems. We have the save jar, which is for future goals. We have the spend jar, which is for small things you want to buy, like your cookies, your biscuits, your chocolates and ice cream, your Coke and Fanta, Then we have the share jar. This is where you will save money that you used to buy gifts for your mother, for your father, for your friends when you're going to their birthday, for your younger siblings or somebody that you just want to appreciate. So you cannot use your money mixed up, right? Always have your money separated. For instance, if you say you want to be saving 500, you can say, okay, 200 is for my future, my save jar, 200 is for my spend jar, and 100 naira is for my share jar, which is my gift jar, right? So you need to have these three jars, and you have to have it before the next class. That is the second assignment. Now let's go ahead. We're coming to an end of today's session. Now, in order to retain money in savings, you have to feel in your subconscious mind that you deserve to keep the money. If you don't tell yourself in your mind that you deserve to keep the money, you will not keep the money. So you need to feel it in your subconscious mind that no, every time I earn money or anytime I get money, I have to take a portion of it and I save it. I deserve to save the money. Now, why is savings important? Financial experts believe that savings is the core of what will set you up for financial freedom. It is the core, means that is the starting point, is the foundation of what will set you up for financial freedom. Having money saved up will provide you more options and enable you maximize opportunities promptly. For instance, if you have money saved up and then your friend comes and says, oh, I want to sell this game, this gaming CD, you have money to buy it, right? So having money saved up gives you opportunity to maximize, things that come your way promptly. It gives you the options to maximize opportunity promptly. Now, savings act as a buffer that cushions the effect of emergencies. When there's an emergency and you have savings, you can be the one to save the day. There was a friend of mine that I told that she should tell her children to join. And she started laughing. She said, ah, this one that is my son that we used to borrow money from. If he now joins and you now teach him, that means he will stop borrowing us money. So you see, the son is the one that borrows the parents money when they are out of cash. Your savings can be the one that will save your parents when they are out of cash. Savings helps you reduce the pressure of paying bills. When you have a good savings, you begin to pay your bills on time. And then savings helps boost your confidence. When we started, I asked you if you could buy something with your own money, how would you feel? You say you'll be happy, you say you'll be proud. That is what savings can do for every one of us. Okay. Now, lastly, before we end the session, I would like to ask us, does anyone have a question before I ask you my own question?
No.
Okay, you don't have a question, right? So what idea are you excited to try? What idea are you excited to try?
I'm excited to try the renting out of CDs and setting up of games.
I didn't hear you. Please speak louder.
Renting out of books and materials and helping others to set up their games and then digital arts.
Beautiful. So write it down that you're excited to try helping out, renting out your books and other materials, right? And then setting up games for people. What would you do with the money you earn?
I would save it for December or save it for what I want to buy.
Beautiful. All right. So do you have any questions for me? So remember the two assignments. Number one is to prepare your 3 saving jars. Number two, speak to your parents and work out a strategy on what you are motivated and inspired to start doing now so you can start earning the money that you will save in that jar. We're going to be coming again next week, Sunday, by 6 p.m. And I hope that this week you put into practice what we learned, discuss with your parents, and start trying out little things, even if it means starting by offering your services, your skills, or giving your efforts and time free to win the trust of people. But remember, always, always, always discuss with your parents. I hope you've learned something today. Have you learned something today?
Yes, yes, of course.
All right. Have a beautiful week ahead and see you same time next week. Bye.